Hi there, gang. Dr. J, Steve Jensen from the National Sales Academy and Impact Training, and today is sales and business tips. I thought I'd come on this morning or this evening, goodness gracious, don't know what time of day it is, and talk about something that I've speaking to a lot of people about over the last, I'd say 4 weeks. And it's whether to delegate something or do it yourself. Have you ever asked yourself that question? Delegate it. Or I'll just do it myself. So what I'm going to do is to give you some ideas on what to do if you want to delegate it and if you should delegate it. It's always a good question, is it? Well, gee whiz, I already know how to do it myself. I've got so many things, especially with the managers and sales professionals that we work with on a regular basis, especially in the SAC. Should you do it yourself? And the question is, some things you should do yourself and some things you should delegate. I want to go through and give you some ideas. So just a very quickie today on a business tip. It's a sales and business tip, but it's also about things that, are you spending quality time doing the things that you like to do and are good at? So many times we spend so much time doing things we're not good at, and then we have to spend a fortune in getting them fixed. So the first thing is, if you've got a task that needs to get done, something that needs to be completed, an activity, an outcome, an activity all go together. You've got to choose, number one, is the right person. So many times that I see people picking the wrong person because they put their hand up and, oh, she'll do or he'll do, or, we'll just get them in and just do a bit of a stopgap. Like say on reception, oh, look, it's just reception. It's not just reception. It's the figurehead of your business. So would you put someone on reception that doesn't know what to do, that doesn't know how to do the meet and greet? So find the right person to delegate. If you find the wrong person to delegate it to, that comes with a whole lot of worms. The next thing is delegate with clarity. So many people who know what to do in their head, and they'll say, okay, get on the phone and use this script or get out there and see these people and book this and book that, or whatever it may be. They haven't done the practice, they haven't done the training, and then they fail. The person that's being delegated to is feeling responsibility. It's a wonderful thing, responsibility, isn't it? Because people take ownership, say, I want to do well. But if you delegate the wrong person with the best intention, they might do it wrong. And firstly, that's going to make them feel poor. And more importantly, the job doesn't get done and you're going to be put behind the 8 ball. So make sure you delegate with clarity. What does that mean? That means make sure they're really clear on the outcome. What outcome are we looking for with the activity? You need to go to the shops, grab this, you need to bring up, and you need to get these 3 items. Let me write them down. I need you back by 3 o'clock. Don't just say it, write it down, and then get it fed back. Confirm they know how to do the activity. So many people say yes, 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 and they give someone that just said yes, but you haven't confirmed they know how to do the activity. They wing it, they muck it up, and guess what? You're disappointed. Delegating to the wrong person is an absolute nightmare. But with the best of intention, people put their hand up. Look, sometimes it comes up trumps and it works well. But from my experience, delegating to the wrong person is a big mistake. But more importantly, if it's the right person, make sure that they know the outcome and make sure they know the steps that are required and get them to feed it back. Show them what needs to be done. If it's a skill set, telephone work, or doing a presentation, or doing something which is a technical component, show them. And they'll say, do you know how to do it? They, yep, now show me you know how to do it. They might fluke it, so let me show you again and do it twice. Do it twice. Now, you guys out there that like things done quickly say, I don't need to show them twice. Yes, you do. They need to show you twice that they can do it. Now, the next thing is, if you're going to delegate something, do you do it to anybody, give it to anybody? Or you give it to an expert? From my experience, if you're not going to do it yourself and you know how to do it, find someone that can do it equally as good or someone that can do it better. Graphic design, oh, I can do it and knock that up, but gee whiz, I haven't got time. I'll just get my sister to do it or my mate to do it or whatever it may be. And it comes up ordinary. Oh my goodness, I've got to do it myself. Get an expert to do it. You might spend a bit of money. It'll save you time and it'll save you money and it will stop you worrying. Obviously, pick an expert that you know can do it. So it reduces frustration when you know an expert's doing something. So delegate it to the right person. Even with the expert, make sure there's clarity. The brief is really clear. Make sure that they prove to you that they can do it. Testimonials, things they've done in the past. And then cut them loose and set a time frame. When delegating, always set a time frame. So many people give people jobs to do and they don't get done in a timely fashion. And guess what? That puts people under duress. The person that's been delegated to and the person that needs the task done. So number 4 is always set a time frame and confirm with the person doing the job that they know the time frame has been set and they know and they can say to themselves, I can safely say I can do it in that time frame. My recommendation, always give them a little bit extra time. Needs to be done in an hour and a half. Really can be done in 2 hours, or just say take 2 hours to do it. That's all good. Set realistic timeframes with a little bit extra, but say it needs to be done in a time frame, a day, or in a position in the week. I was talking to a few people just the other day. They were wanting some success stories done. I gave them a strategy. They asked people to do a success story, and guess what? Show them how to do it, and then set a time frame that you want it back by, and give them the reason why. Get confirmation. I want it back in 3 days in your head, and I'll need it back in 2. Give them an extra day. Give them a little bit extra time. Some people, sometimes they're a little bit overzealous in the time that they can do things in. The last thing is, or the last couple is, always inspect the task. I've actually just in the last 2 weeks had people saying that people had done things, hadn't inspected the outcome, and guess what? It wasn't done the way it was completed, and then there was a big rush. So when delegating, make sure that you inspect the outcome. Make sure it's been done the way you need it to be done. Inspect what you expect. The very last thing, and maybe the most important, always, and the big thing here is always acknowledge good and timely activity. It's been done on time and it's been done well. And then say thank you. Nothing's better than a thank you. You can say it verbally. We did some thank you cards the other day. We've had some people already say that people have got back to them and said thank you for the thank you card. That acknowledgement goes a long way. So is delegation a friend or is it a foe? The people that do delegation without going through these steps, sometimes it can be a foe. Thwarted with disappointment and say, oh, darn it, I'll just do it myself. And if you keep doing it yourself, you're never going to have the freedom to do the things that you are genius at that make you happy. Find people that are good at it, give them the steps that I've given you. So in summary, find the right person to delegate to, someone that knows what to do. Number 2 is make sure you delegate with clarity so they know the outcome, and make sure that they show you they can do it at least twice. Delegate to an expert. Don't delegate to anyone. And even with the expert, make sure that they know the outcome, the timeframes, and they can prove that they can do it. When delegating, always give the timeframes. You might want it done in 3 days. Say, look, I'd like to get it done in 2. They say, no problem. If it gets done in 3, you're not disappointed. Set the time frames. Could be the time of the day or the time of the week or the time of the year. But set them in stone and then inspect what you expect. Make sure the process is done right. Make sure you have a progressive report in. Progressive report-ins for projects. Don't get disappointed the project wasn't completed if you didn't check on a number of stages. Lucky last is make sure you always acknowledge good work, and if it's done in a timely fashion, and say thank you. So there you go. Delegation, friend or foe? I think it's a friend if done properly. It can be a foe if you delegate to the wrong people. All right, gang, put some comments in there on how you're going to delegate. Put it into practice. It's a business tip and also a sales tip. Someone's doing phone calls for you, make sure they know what to say. They've got the tools. Someone's doing sales for you. Make sure they have a process. They know your process, know how to close, know your prices. They say, I know your prices. So present it to me. Don't wing it. Do the damage. Have some fun. Have a great week. We'll catch you later. I'm Dr. J. See you soon. Bye for now.